All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I'm going to be looking at the banking and lending sector, looking at SoFi and Rocket. I'm also going to throw Tell at the end, which has nothing to do with either, but it's part of a viewer request, okay? So look, I hate them so much. We are basically in a five line horizontal moving average cluster, right? And I don't care what the stock does, how good it is, if it's a penny stock or a major stock. It's hard to break out of these, all right? And we'll talk about that a little bit more shortly, but real quick, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our five moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself, excuse me. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like, subscribe, share, anything you can do really does help with these YouTube algorithms. But hey, nonetheless, just being here and giving me your time is beyond appreciated, all right? So let's get into it. And, I haven't talked about SoFi in a quick minute, all right? I remember talking about this 651 line being pretty key. Clearly, you see it actually gaps us down pretty much over the next 2 days, all the way down to the 100, right? And that's pretty much where we've been living, right? We've kind of been just sitting on this 100, right? A little bit of an oscillation down, a little bit of an up. I'm glad we did this little bounce on it instead of coming back down under, right? But unfortunately, we couldn't go too much higher to this, 50 that we want to get to, right? This maybe 596 was a little bit of the reason. On the end of the day, I really hate when the lines are this close. And look, I know it's good to be over four of the lines with only one left, but I've said it so many times. The spacing between the moving averages really does affect what I decide to buy. When they're this tight, I hate them. When there's like two or three that are tight and then the other ones are open, it's a little better, but still, when you have a really, and let me just show you Tell real quick, because again, Tell, like I said, doesn't have much to do with it, but look at the line spacing, right? Get over these two, then tackle this one first, then this one next, then this one next, with plenty of time in between to like cool down. And like, you don't have this immediate battle where you just broke this and automatically have to face this. Once you break this, you don't automatically, like, that's some healthy spacing. SoFi, that's not. And look, this was healthy spacing. You can see, same kind of thing. Break these two, then one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, fly, right? Like, that's a beautiful moving average spacing. This is a really shitty horizontal moving average cluster that I hate, right? So remember, it's a lot about what it looks like, not just how it's doing. And I know that kind of sounds silly to say out loud, but hopefully that made sense. It was supposed to sound better in my head. But yeah, look, there's not a lot of technical analysis I really have here. End of the day, it really has to break the 50 because, yeah, these four are the tighter horizontal cluster for sure. But yeah, if you can break this, I'll actually believe you've gone up. And, excuse me, at that point, you might as well just make 652 your entry. I actually would avoid everything between 580 now and 650 whatever. 652, I'm in. You know what I mean? That's how I would play this. Truth be told, I'm probably not going to play this. I'm loving my AI stocks, right? So, nonetheless, though, I know there's a lot of love for this stock. I'm a Charger fan, so I love that Herbert's the like new spokesman on all the commercials for this, right? So I got love for this stock. I go to SoFi Stadium. It's not that far from where I live, right? So SoFi's in my eyes and in my ears often, right? But yeah, end of the day, I actually would not touch this until we broke 652, right? A cent over this line. At the very minimum, 630, right? Like, get me over this 50 moving average, and yeah, I'd like the stock way more. Where are we on the weekly? Man, this is a super tight weekly, right? We are doing our best, but we're actually under the 8. All right. Rule number one actually is get over the 8. I'm happy the 20 is saving it. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't actually mean much to me if you're over the 20, but not the 8. All right, so has to get over the 8 on the weekly to really believe that the daily is going to do well, well, well. You know what I mean? Because again, one good weekly should bring you either 5 good days or a majority of those 5 days being better than the bad ones. So yeah, just a little bit more patience, I think, on SoFi. And for real, if this line is lost, if this thing loses 560, I would be real scared. I'll draw this guy right here. But if you lose 560, it'll be a quick fall to 530. That's kind of a plateau, but end of the day, it's a whole mess of green, 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 green that might take you all the way down actually to 477. So yeah, do not lose the blue one. Ideally, we break the red one, all right? Rocket, RKT, look at Rocket here. Oh, I remember. Okay, I don't want to say I remember because I actually have not, like, I don't remember the last time I was looking at these stocks, but I thought I was a little more bullish on Rocket than SoFi. I for sure would have to go back. I promise you, that's not like a look at me moment right there. But yeah, this is what SoFi is trying to do. I actually really wish I knew this was going to happen. I would have probably said some better stuff on the other one, right? But if you can break the top one, you will fly for sure, right? And look, even just waiting for this one, it had 2 beautiful days right after this one, right? So I think that goes back to my SoFi comment when I say, look, waiting for this to break and that to go, you might eat that up in a real quick 2 days like we see here, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, this is what SoFi wants to do. SoFi really, really, really wants to start riding the 8 up, okay? However, this is all I'm going to say. I wish today didn't happen. And look, it's only a 4% loss, so it's not like a significant loss, but I hate the fact that we took the entire, like this thing closes under the entire day yesterday. That's not good. I don't like to lose more than 50%, so that's a little worrisome. Hey, we're for sure over the 8. It does look like the 20's coming up, but honestly, these horizontal clusters, there are times when it looks like you're gone, but all it's going to do is suck you right back in, right? And I'm not liking this curve. I'm not liking that curve. Volume, I mean, it's not fantastic. None of them are crushing the 50 line, right? But there's definitely more green candles than red candles, I guess I'd say. But I'm honestly, I need a little bit more, and it might actually be breaking this 959 line. Like, I need to sincerely, and look, breaking this 959 could be a real quick and easy ride to this 1080. I think that's about a 20% swing, right? No, it's a 10% give or take. You're adding about $1. You're adding about 90 cents, which is exactly that, right? So solid 10% move that might be real easy, actually, because there's very little resistance there, right? But yeah, as much as it looks like this is going up, this can very easily get sucked back in, and no one wants that, all right? But hey, it's at least better than SoFi because it's at least out of it. I'll at least say that for sure. And yeah, this is for sure a better weekly, right? There's a lot of lines. Fuck. I'm a little too deep in this video. Next time I make this video, I'll undo the lines for sure. But yeah, this is a much better weekly, right? Where SoFi is still in the thick of these 3. This guy has had a great couple weeks after breaking it right here, right? So kind of easy to see between Rocket and SoFi. Nonetheless, my concern is going to be falling back in, and I really want to get back over that. I think that's going to be very critical, okay? Even, hey, if you want to set in another, I'm not setting an alert here. I'm on, like, again, I'm elsewhere. But 374 could be an interesting alert. 374, 376, 50% candle basically is what that is. And now let's look at TEL. TEL looks pretty nice, right? And again, it's a lot about the spacing of the moving averages, right? This thing breaks it, it comes back down and nicely bounces up. We get the first break. Hey, it's not a fantastic confirmation, right? Because look, yesterday does not break. This thing actually closes down here under the line, right? Sorry, 2 days ago on the 10th, closes under. Yesterday was the first break, and hey, we actually close higher and close over. That's good. I would have loved this to be Okay, sorry, I'm talking too fast. This green filled in is not as good as this green outlined, okay? Because this opens down here, closes up here. This actually opens up here, but closes down here. It's obviously green because, yeah, like I said, like it closes higher, right? But I would have loved a better green candle for lack of words. But again, it's all good, baby, because we have a lot of time to take the. We even can come down, touch the 50, cool off, and go back. You know what I mean? Like the spacing here is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I mean, look what's basically coming up. There's a plateau right here, then a nice little run to a plateau right here, and then a beautiful run to basically right here. Again, don't be having $4 dreams when we're under two, right? But breaking these moving averages are going to kind of line up with these plateau breaks. And yeah, tell looks interesting. And again, it's definitely a high RSI, but we haven't even attempted the 100 yet. I don't mind coming back to like 155. I actually don't even mind coming down to like 148, 146, hit this 50, and then rock it back up. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, gotta love it, right? Hopefully we break this. There's a little baby plateau there, but really I'm seeing this red, red, red that hopefully takes us again, like I said, to 4, right? But what does the weekly look like? Let's look at the weekly real quick. That's a nice weekly. We break the 8, looking like we're confirming. Hey, even if we don't do the 20 this week, we can do it next week. Because again, the spacing looks nice, right? And hey, if we break the 20, we have time to confirm and not even have to worry about the 50 yet, right? So this is some good spacing. I'm liking the MACD, RSI, and volume actually across these last couple weeks as well. So again, a little bit of an outlier. This one's energy and oil, but again, a little bit of a viewer request as well. So appreciate your time. Don't hesitate to ask anything. Thank you.